right. And we are live everywhere. All right. Hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Jake, just dropped off TikTok. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Jake Vevra, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going? The audio should be fixed now. There we go.
Yeah, you're good. We're live on YouTube. It says reconnecting on TikTok. You keep disappearing on either platform. And now you're gone on YouTube. All is well over here, Jake. Jake, before we get started in the news, my wife and I had a beautiful karmic witness moment last night that I've been telling the world about that's been kind of fun. We were on a double date. We were going to meet Colin Ryan. Do you remember that Irish comedian?
Oh, yeah. Tell him I said hi.
I will do that. So he and his wife and me, we were going to local poor in Cedar Rapids. We're on 380 going north. It's a 70-mile-an-hour highway. And my wife passes someone. I drove all fucking day, so she's driving at night. I was just tired of driving. So she is in the passing lane. We're passing someone, and all of a sudden she goes, "Oh, wow, that guy's coming up on us really fast." So she puts on her blinkers because she's going to get back in the right-hand lane. The guy pulls up on us, and then she says almost hits us. I don't know, but she pulls up on our back bumper, then jumps into the right lane and cuts around us. And so she, being, the kind, patient woman she is, immediately starts flipping him off, fuck you, passing us. We're doing 75, 80. They were doing 90. They blew by us. And it's a teenage boy and a teenager in the seat, and then an 11-year-old kid in the back seat, probably his brother. And when he drives, so they're flipping each other off. My wife is flipping off this kid, the kid's flipping my wife off, and then they just keep going, darting through traffic. And we're like, all right, well, whatever. About 20 seconds in the future, they hit a cluster of cars and get slowed down. And a full minute, we are talking not 5 seconds later, we're talking a minute later, a Johnson County sheriff comes speeding by in the left-hand lane. And she's like, "Oh, do you think they're going after those kids?" I'm like, "No, it's been a minute. Plus, we're in Lynn County by now. We are out of his jurisdiction." But he keeps going and he's speeding. He doesn't have lights on, but he's speeding. And in the distance, he catches up to the cluster and his lights go on. And we're like, "No." And sure as shit, he pulled over the teenagers. He must have been following them from Johnson County. He might have been going the other direction, or they must have passed him, but he was following them. He was just making his own way forward until he caught up to him.
It's a quaint police story from back home. Out in New York, the cops have way more important shit to do.
Oh, yeah.
There's one teenager driving fast. Better drive.
Well, he was driving like an asshole. I almost called 911 to say, "Hey, this isn't an emergency, but you have a sheriff that just pulled someone over on 30. They're like, I want to tell you what they just did to us, just so you hit them with more charges," because I thought that'd be funny. But Liddy's like, "No, just let them." They just thought of it. But it was one of those things where everybody's flipping each other off, and they got pulled over. So it was like,
see, I'm the opposite. I flip people off for driving slow in front of me, or just double parking and not leaving enough room to where I got it. That's when I fucking bang on the horn and flip them off, and I hate that shit.
Oh, dude, I had a show in Milwaukee a couple weeks ago. I used to live in Milwaukee. And I forgot Madison as well. I forgot this. Living where I live now, when you live in the city, on a city block, nothing pisses me off more than when there is a driveway, enough space for two cars and another driveway, and some fucking douchebag parks so that only his car fits between the two driveways. There's enough space for two. If he puts his back bumper, it's like, dude, leave space for another. I want to smash headlights.
I love even that small city stuff. Because in the actual city parts here, no fucking driveways, man. Maybe to get into ramps and stuff, but it's just building.
Yeah, it's different. When you have a city that has garages and alleys, sometimes you have driveways and and when you bump up against that, when they have houses that they've converted into 2-bedroom flats or two flat, when the cars pile up, it's you should fucking park so that
I hate when somebody is double parked on a street where it's super hard to get around, and there's legit a street parking spot. You could sneeze and hit it. And it's dude, you could have tucked right in there. But instead, you decided the entire world will slow down to your fucking pace. I hate that. I wish death on them every time it happens.
So do I. Like people that don't think other people exist is like, dude, just like Lydia was going to get out of the left-hand lane. She was starting to signal when that car was coming up on her. It's like, nothing pisses me off more than people that park in the left-hand lane. I had to pass someone coming. Have you ever heard of the Wat Cheer flea market?
No.
You know where Wat Cheer is because you live here, right? You remember Wat Cheer. It's between Iowa City and Des Moines. Either way, it's one of the biggest flea markets in the Midwest. Apparently, it's on their fairgrounds. It is enormous, and it was this weekend. And we're like, never done it. Let's go. It'll be something stupid for the family. That's why I drove all day. That's why she was driving. Like, fuck it, I'm driving.
Right. Yeah.
It was the worst fucking thing ever. It was so much trash. Someone was selling fucking toothpaste. It was like, did you go to the dollar store and buy this for $1 and now you're selling it at a flea market for $2? It was so much fucking trash. That's why. But I had
who's pulling over going, listen, before we make it to your parents' place, I got to pull over at the flea market. I'm hoping to get a good price on toothpaste.
Exactly.
I'm not buying it from a 7-Eleven like some asshole, you know?
I'm not gonna go to a grocery store or Walmart or Walgreens. No, I go to the flea, and they had shampoo and conditioner and dandruff shit and lotion. It's like, why would I come to a fucking county flea market for this shit? And some of the toothpaste said new. I'm like, well, I would hope so. I would fucking hope that this toothpaste is new,
barely
and not
toothpaste.
Lightly used, or Ken says it's stolen. That would they steal from pharmacies and Walmart. You know, maybe it's stolen, but
yeah, you see that stuff out here. You'll see like homeless people kind of set up either small tables or like a blanket or something, or they'll just kind of have it on the person, and they'll just have like random things that they stole from Dwayne Reed, and
yeah. The whole point was, the only reason I brought it up is because coming home from there, I had this fucking douchebag just parked in the left-hand lane that I had to go around on the right. He just kept going slower. It's like, and it was a younger dude. I'm like, dude, you should know fucking better. You're supposed to be speeding because you're younger. You have eye bugs. Get rid of that eye bug.
What's going on with your dog, man?
I said, well, she just came down. She wanted pets, so she was.
I thought there was something wrong with her eye or something.
Oh no, I just eye boogers. Oh. I said eye bugs.
Oh, gotcha.
She just had some eye boogers, so I was cleaning out her eye. All right. Before we jump in, let's see what Ultra. I know someone that sells beauty products at the flea market and makes $1,000 every weekend. All right,
that's nuts, man.
There you go. My dog lacks fleas. I hope so. Although she did bring a tick into the house last week, but now she has her tick meds.
There we go.
All right. What story do I want to open with? Let's open with this one. Fox News reports James Comey indicted again as Department of Justice probe deepens into the ex-FBI chief. My favorite part of this story that they've because he put out the seashells that said 8647 is when Patel,
like everyone does before they commit an assassination.
Yes,
they brag about it on
social media.
Yes,
they post on social media. My favorite part is when Patel said, "We have done a year-long investigation into this photo." Really? You investigated this picture for a year, and I'm not saying anything original. It's all over social media. But yes, you have had the Epstein Files for how long? You have arrested 0 people. There's been a light push to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell, and you're arresting Comey over a picture of seashells. Oh, the Department of Justice. And they say so full of, we investigated this for a year to make sure we were going to get him. We didn't want to get it thrown out like the last time we indicted him and a judge threw it out. No, we lined our ducks in a row for this. This is like, this is the government we live in right now. The spending a year investigating a picture of seashells.
Yeah, I mean, it is a fun justice position. The rich child sex traffickers got to pass, but the people selling seashells by the seashore, we got to go after them. They ain't got a permit for that.
Is it Sally? Sally, whoever she is, we need to find her. She is behind everything.
That's right. We're going to move Ghislaine Maxwell to a minimum security prison because she did an interview where she didn't name the president as one of the main conspirators, as he is, thousands of times in those documents. So we're going to move her to a minimum security prison, but that goddamn Sally, she's getting the chair, man.
Yep. And I didn't send you this link, but have you been seeing any of the stories? And they're not big. Someone's making a push to commute the sentence. Or like, I thought Trump pardoned everyone on January 6th, but there are still oath keepers that apparently have, either way, they want to commute or exonerate the oath keepers from their sedition sentences. And it's like, this is what the Department of Justice is pushing for. They're arresting Comey. They're trying to make sure everybody involved on January 6th gets in zero trouble, and they're ignoring the Epstein Files. This is our Department of, quote, justice.
It's pretty wild, man. But again, anybody who thought that the pervy billionaire who bragged about going into changing rooms for underage beauty pageants, anybody who thought that guy was going to get to the bottom of the rich kid diddler ring is I insanely naive and
yeah. Led has a good point. I'd like to see how they're going to prove what he was thinking when posting that. Is that part of the threat intent? Because I know you're not allowed to make a threat against a sitting president or even a past one. You're not allowed to make a threat, but do they?
Well, that's what they're claiming. They're claiming that this means that 86 means to shoot, basically.
Right. But even though everybody that has ever worked in the restaurant industry knows that it means it's,
right. Like I've seen like right-wing politicians doing interviews on TV claiming that it's like I saw one dude, it was like a congressman or a senator or something. I don't remember who the hell he was, but they were kind of asking him about it. And they were like, hey man, this really isn't like a threat. And he goes, no, I used to work in the restaurant industry and 86 means to kill an order. That means kill the president. And it's like, no. Yeah. It just means we're out of something. We can't do it anymore. It means, get him out of office.
Look at YouTube. Chip is pointing out too. It's like, it always has just meant get rid of or throw it out. Anytime I've heard it used my whole life, it's been, not even just throw it out. It's also meant it's gone. Like, hey, 86, the special, we're out. Like, don't tell any more customers. It means it's gone.
I've never seen a single mob movie where they're sitting there going, they 86'd Sonny. Now we got to 86 them back. Like it's never, I've never heard that used as a term in anything ever for whacking somebody. No, they know it's not going to stick. They're just doing it because Trump is like, okay, I can use the government's fund or the funds from like the tech billionaires who are bribing me to just keep this frivolous lawsuit going and make him have to spend his time and money. It's sort of like, when those like patent trolls do this kind of thing. It's like, well, hey,
and they just look for
like I'll lose this once it finally goes to trial, but you will spend so much time and money fighting this. That you'll settle with me out of court. And that's really what they're at.
At least with a patent troll, you can get your money back. You can say, all right, you lost. You owe me all the legal fees. You can. Right. I don't know if you can do that with the Department of Justice. You can't
You probably could, but they'll appeal it. That's the whole thing. It's like, hey, man, I have unlimited appeal money. I will keep this going for a decade. That's what this is.
Mike makes a comment that I read this the other day that January 6 people are going back to prison for being a pedo and violating. One was for aggression, but I did just see yesterday that one of the January 6ers was picked up in I don't remember what it was, Georgia, Mississippi. There was a southern state where they did a 200 person, one of those sting raids where they're doing child trafficking. And, so all the people that are pardoned, we're not talking about fine, upstanding citizens. Yeah.
And it was just a couple of them. What about all the good things Jan 6ers are out there doing? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Storming soup kitchens, feeding people, things like that.
Oh. Well, let's switch to a funny story. I think I sent you this with the title, Not All Heroes Wear Capes. Now, the story itself, I can't remember if it was behind a paywall, but I'll just read the headline and I'll see if I can read the story. She's opening the bees. Quote, U.S. beekeeper jailed for trying to save friend from eviction. Apparently, all right, shrink down. Can I read this or is it behind a paywall? A beekeeper has been jailed for 6 months after she set swarms of her insects on sheriff's deputies attempting to carry out an eviction at a friend's house. Rebecca Woods insisted she only released her truckload of hives to allow the bees to enjoy the, quote, lovely flowering landscape near the home of an elderly friend and cancer patient. There was an elderly cancer patient that was being evicted because they're fighting cancer, undergoing cancer treatment, and had gone to a local library to see about filing a motion to halt the eviction. And Woods drove the bees to his house, and then as the police showed up, she released the bees in the... Now, the thing is, bees are not attack dogs. You can't say, bees, get the sheriff. They'll just fly around, and they only get aggressive if you swat at them. But it's still pretty fucking funny that she's like, all right...
You send the SWAT team, they're going to get aggressive. They're going to what? SWAT at them bees. She knew that.
Ooh, fighting swats, the swatting bees. Swats with wasps, but they were just honeybees. But come on, that
she's like a hippie farmer's market Luigi Mangione. I love it. Yeah. She's awesome. She's, X-Men.
You got to keep talking because I'm going to be laughing off 5 minutes off Farmer's Market Luigi Mansion.
Yeah.
Not too violent, not getting the gun, not going after the CEO, but releasing the bit like Mr. Burns, release the hounds, releasing the bees.
You better hope that you don't have an allergy. You better hope you ain't grown up Macaulay Culkin from My Girl. Otherwise, you're fucked. When Farmer's Market hippie Luigi Mangione comes for you.
Now this is the neat part. According to the Times, a jury acquitted her of 7 felonies, but did convict her of 4 misdemeanor counts of assault and battery and 2 reckless assault. I want to know what the felonies were. What did they charge her with? Like attempted murder on these cops? Like, did she one of the officers was Macaulay Culkin. He had a bee allergy and she knew it. Like,
do you think one of the cops fakes it? Do you think he goes into court with a neck brace and they take a bag of oranges and they beat him up to make him look swollen? And it's just like, look, it's from the goddamn bee. Look at this. She almost killed me.
Oh, something, but still, I mean, her defense is pretty good. If you can get a jury to buy, like, hey, I take him from to different meadows, and this one happened to be near his house, I don't know. It is funny though that because obviously she's lying. But just that headline, she's opening the bees. Yeah. God bless.
Yeah, I mean, X-Men don't get to choose their powers. You know what I mean? Like everyone wishes they were Wolverine with the claws, or a lady that can control the weather. You know what I mean? Not in an anti-Semitic way, but she controls it with her mind or something like that, or whatever. Her special glasses. I never read the fucking thing, but sometimes I got a superpower that I can sick bees on people. And that's what the fuck I do. You know what I mean? I sick bees and they're going, oh shit. Oh,
I gotta close my door. I left it open.
When Magneto's sitting there trying to swipe him away from his eyes, that's when Wolverine comes in and right, and then Storm makes it rain on the guy.
For someone that hasn't read the books, you sure know a couple of the powers, but several. I missed this.
I know Storm and Wolverine.
Several of the deputies had been stung, so 6 months and probably out in 4 with good behavior, maybe 2 or 3.
What state is this in?
Massachusetts.
Yeah, she won't do too much time. If this was
my special power is my room clearing personality. Is it your personality or your farts?
There you go.
Ooh, Mike, lucky it wasn't peanuts. Yeah, she started throwing peanuts at the officers. Who has allergies? She's the bee whisperer.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh.
If she is an X-Men in the comic book though, she takes handfuls of bees and then goes and blows them right in your face.
Yeah, there you go. All right, shocking update, Jake. I read this a couple weeks ago regarding hotels, and I didn't send you that one, but it's the same. This is just a different headline, different angle, but it's the same with hotels. There has been no World Cup windfall for Airbnb, and hosts are surprised. The last story I read said that hotels were expecting something like I don't know if it was $3 or $30 billion bump. 30 would be high, maybe a $3 billion bump. But everyone was banking on the World Cup being this great windfall for the United States. But then a couple things happened. One, Trump started, pissing everybody off, so people don't want to come here. They've done surveys where the next World Cup is in Europe, and they're like, fuck it, I live in Europe, I can wait 4 years. Sure. And so they don't want to come here. But two, FIFA has made the prices fucking outrageous. Thousands and thousands of dollars for a ticket. They're doing that thing where it's like they're making almost every world. They said like Uzbekistan versus Uganda is $400, but all the big ones like Italy and any big country they're several $1,000s. And so people are like, fuck that. I'm not paying that. Fuck you.
Well, especially when people have the internet all over the world now. I think they're watching real football, American football, and realizing that their football fucking sucks. And they're like, I wouldn't pay $10 for this. I'd rather watch highlight reels on ESPN of real goddamn football. I think that's what
I would have gone to when it was announced in the U.S. I said I would love to go to that's the only time I watch soccer is during the World Cup. I leave it on like football. It's on all day, every day. My favorite. I am probably the only person, and the chat can tell me if I'm not. I loved South Africa. I loved the vuvuzelas. I mean, when you would turn it on, and all you heard was that swarm of bees in the background. Like it sounded like the Australian.
Oh, they got the didgeridoos?
No, it was called vuvuzela, but it sounded like a didgeridoo. But I mean, that's the didgeridoo is lower. But I got interested in I would love to experience a World Cup game. But the instant they released the prices, and Ken is pointing out too, it's also the hotels were going to jack up prices, the Airbnbs, and parking $200. And in New York, by Giant Stadium, you'd have to look it up. But they're not allowing driving or parking in Giant Stadium. They want everyone to take the metro. They want to use the subway. Either way, and they're jacking up the price to $100 for a ticket on there. It's like they said, "Ooh, we're
on
getting
the
World
metro.
Cup."
They're changing the price on the metro.
They're changing it just for the World Cup, and everyone's giving, and deservedly so, twin middle fingers. I would love to see empty stadiums. I would love to see this bomb. We're not going to. They'll do something to flood the stadiums with people. Maybe they'll drop the prices last minute if it looks like it's going to be bad.
People are like, I ain't trying to drop $5,000 to watch a boring ass game that's going to end 1-0.
I wouldn't drop $1,000 to go to the Super Bowl. It's a game. Even if I love football, I'm not spending that much fucking money.
Nah, it's like, especially at a time. Look, I love UFC. Now it's on Paramount. You know what I mean? Every single Saturday night, you've got like hours of people beating the shit out of each other in a cage. I want to watch some assholes kick a ball back and forth for a fucking hour, scoring once each. Nah, ain't gonna happen.
I like it. Todd's against me. He said it was like a swarm of cicadas or bees. I just grew used to it. I got it. It was, if you don't remember it, it was just nonstop. It was everyone was talking about it, like, I'm so sick of these. I'm like, I loved it. But really quickly, BK, just my name, Nathan Timmel. Look me up I'm on Instagram, Mexico luxury box owners can't get their own food and now have to pay up to $10,000. That I've not looked that up. That's insane. Let's look up the
$10,000 for hot dogs and pop.
Luxury box owners in Mexico's Azteca Stadium security deal to use their private suites during the 2026 without extra fees, resolving a standoff. They're hoping let's try food. So they get to use them. I'm not seeing any word stories about that. No, I'm not getting any stories about the price of hot dogs at
Hell yeah, Ultra Mensch on YouTube is with me. Soccer sucks anyway. Yeah, fuck that sport, dude. Like, it's just a boring ass game. You know what I love?
Food and beverages prices at the 2026 World Cup in the U.S. are expected to be high, with estimates of $80 to $150 per day for meals and drinks. In-stadium concessions are expensive, $15 to $19 for hot dogs, and popcorn, $15 to $20. My God, $15 for a hot dog is what they're charging.
Dude, hot dogs are, if you just buy a cheap bag of hot dogs, like a package of 8 of them, you can get them for like $3 at the store. You know, I mean,
but I'm saying, well, you're trapped in a stadium, and I'm just saying, I've been listening to my community. I tried this week and have to remember to watch live. Hey, good on you.
Yeah, but some of these stadiums really go nuts and make like crazy good, like elaborate snacks, you know?
Yeah.
Like for the games. So it's like I get overpaying for, some crazy sandwich or, like a plate of food or whatever. I think at the Super Bowl, they had like tomahawk steaks or something. It was nuts. But overpaying for something that's so cheap and so easy to do at home is nuts to me.
Well, it's also, if you read the story several years ago, Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the Falcons, they took a different approach. They looked at their food prices and said, let's lower our prices, make everything affordable, and see what happens. And sales increased. People, instead of having 1 beer, would have 3. Instead of buying 1 hot dog, would buy 2. People, instead of going to dinner and then going to the football game or skipping, they turned the football game to an experience. And I don't have the percentages in front of me. Anybody can look, but sales increased when they lowered the price because more people said, oh, I can afford it now. And it's funny that you'd think that every other stadium would look at that, right? But they didn't.
Dude, you know one of my favorite things I've ever done on this planet? I did it twice. I don't think they do it anymore.
Okay.
I randomly, just somebody at work was like, hey, I got an extra ticket for this thing. It's like a Major League Baseball food thing. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? They're like, oh, they have foods from all the stadiums. I'm like, oh, okay. And they were like, oh, they get drinks too. I'm like, great. I'm in. Drinks. Cool. And so I go to this thing. What it was is they took, it was some big building in Midtown. They took they rented out a whole floor of this. And then you would just, you paid, you get a wristband to go in, and then you have like 2 hours or something like that. And every single major league team had a little stand, and they were all in a row. They kind of circled the room, like every team had it. And then what they were doing was they were taking their team's like signature dish, like signature stadium food, and just putting out a bunch of those. And you just take them and grab them and go. You know what I mean? Like you've already paid to get in. It's all you can eat from any of them you want. And you just go nuts. And there's like 30 some odd teams. So you're not making it through all of them. And they're not doing like a full portion. So like Chicago, of course, does a Chicago dog. They're not doing like a whole hot dog. It's like a third of a dog or something like that. And
but it's like a huge sampler plate.
Yeah.
It's like a huge, diverse sampler plate.
Yeah. And so like I went to that just with friends from work. I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever. And then they did it again the next year. And I went back, and my wife, like we were just dating at the time, but I'm like, you would love this. It's amazing. And so we even tried just splitting each one between the two of us to see if we could make it to all. I mean, there was like probably at least like, I don't know, man, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them that we didn't even make it to.
You couldn't even
Yeah, I mean, it was nuts. But I did notice that like the second year, most of the stadiums kind of switched up what their dish was, like, so it wasn't the same thing as the year before. Because a lot of them now have like just multiple weird things they do. And it was cool. You would see like chicken and waffles. You would see like sandwiches with flaming hot Doritos on them, stuff like that. I mean, it was nuts. One of them, I think it was in San Francisco, they had fried crickets, roasted crickets.
Fuck that. I've heard that for years. Like, insects are the new protein. Oh, fuck off.
No, it wasn't great, dude. It was just crispy and tasted like the seasoning, to where I'm like, well, okay, if you did this to literally anything, it would just taste like the seasoning. It wasn't great. And
seriously, when I read that, there's like cricket protein is so good for you and it's blah, blah. Okay, how many fucking crickets do you have to eat to get the protein in a protein bar or protein? Like how many because they're so small. How, like, you have to eat a fucking bowl of cereal of crickets to get
what
the
you got to
protein.
do. You ever see that movie Snowpiercer? With,
No, I haven't. I've heard it. I've heard
really good, man. Really good. Dystopian future where they all live on a train. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have these protein bars that they eat, and not to spoil the end of Snowpiercer, but
is it Soylent Green?
No, it's bugs. They just have a bunch of bugs and they kind of melt it down. Maybe if you did like a cricket extracts or something, but no one's sitting there trying to, you know what I mean? Like some power lifter, just like 1 cricket, 2 cricket, 3 cricket. I got to eat 125 crickets for breakfast. Like, I mean, that's nuts. No, you gotta condense them down or whatever.
Yeah. I looked it up while you were Giant Stadium. It went to the wrong one. It went to San Francisco, the baseball team, but still, it doesn't matter. Hot dog, $10. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, hot dog. How much do you want to guess?
$2.
Fucking you nailed it. $2. Soft pretzel, $2. Popcorn, $2. Soda, free refill, $2. Peanuts, $3. Nachos, $3.
And see, the thing is, as a business, if you're buying a lot of that in bulk, you're paying like nothing for the fucking hot dogs. I just said, man, a package of hot dogs, $3 at the store. You know what I mean?
Well, and then you go back to Giant
You're buying
Stadium.
like thousands of them at a time.
Exactly. If you add bacon to the hot dog, it's $15. Nachos can be $13 to $23. Every stadium has these $15 hot dogs, and I do not.
Dude, stadium nachos are fucking trash too. They just got that shitty liquidy.
I want to go to a Falcons game. I don't even like them.
Man.
Go get food at a Falcons game. But the whole point is, this started off a comment, but yeah, the World Cup. So back to the hotels said they were expecting, but Airbnbs, with the tournament set to begin in June, data from rental firms show that the available inventory has been reserved at 55%. They were expecting 90% and above reservations, but they've got 45% available. They were expecting 90% reservations. They are, here it is. It's in the same article. In New York, fans may face a $150 shuttle to MetLife Stadium. Oh, that's what it is. It's not Giant Stadium. It has one of those fucking corporate names now. That's why it went to San Francisco. So I was wrong. It's not that they're not allowing driving. It's they're raising the prices on the shuttle train to $150 or $300 parking. Boston, $80.
All to watch soccer, the most boring sport in the history.
$270 parking. Los Angeles parking, $300. It's like they're. Okay, yeah, that's back down. But either way, so we get this idea of hey,
watching two drunk tree sloths fuck is more interesting and entertaining than watching soccer. Soccer's the dumbest thing. Sucks, dude.
What made your creative Jake brain go to tree sloths? Because that's fucking beautiful. Not many people are picking tree sloths out, but that was fucking beautiful.
I got a weird porn search history. Don't judge.
I love it. But yeah, so we have this windfall, we have this opportunity, and instead of going, hey, if we sell all our hotel rooms out at $150, we're going to make this much. They say, hey, let's sell 2 hotel rooms for $600 and everyone else will give us the fee. It's universal. Do you remember when Square came on the scene? Square said, we are going to disrupt, because, okay, as a comedian, you used to have to rent a big fucking shoebox-sized credit card machine to sell T-shirts by credit card after shows. Then Square came along and said, hey, and you had to rent it for like $50 or $75 a month. Square comes along and says, we'll take 1% of everything. We're going to disrupt the entire system. We're going to cast a wide net. You plug this little thing into your phone. You get an app. You can take credit cards. It fucking destroyed the credit card industry. And now Square is getting greedy too. They keep upping their price. But it's like, if you go for the small amount, big, wide net, you can make a ton of money. And fucking FIFA ignored that. The hotels ignored it. Everyone ignored it. And then, as I said, on top of all of this, on top of the high prices, you have people saying tourism's down however much percent already. People aren't traveling to the U.S., so we're losing billions of dollars. Vegas is losing billions, all because, why? We have an asshole for president. It all adds up, and We'll see. I bet we're going to see full stadiums.
As much as I don't like Trump and I like to blame him on things, I don't think Trump is nearly as responsible for the World Cup's low numbers as
it's already responsible.
Soccer. That's what I blame that whole thing on.
Oh, you're just mad.
It's a terrible.
I'm Googling right now. What is tourism down? 14% right off the bat. So 4 million fewer visitors. Then it dropped. So it goes down 4, then it drops 5 the next month. 28 overall percent. I don't have a billion total, but 28% drop immediately when Trump started his bullshit.
I'd literally rather watch the sport badminton. You know, the one for like tennis players who have
you ever seen professional badminton?
Yeah.
It's
way better than
fucking
soccer.
insane. It looks like volleyball. They are jumping and slamming. I mean,
right.
They're professional badminton. They kick the shit out of that.
Way more entertaining than
Holy
soccer.
shit, we ate up all our time. All right, let's I didn't even realize that. So World Cup, the last story I was going to bring up, I got 2. This is kind of sad. We don't have time to go into it. The Trump administration is bribing foreign companies to stop putting up wind farms in America. $1 billion to a French agency to stop putting up wind farms, and $765 million to another. Yeah, so we're bribing. And the last thing I sent you, did you watch? I sent you 2 and 1 got taken down because when I tried to click it, it was gone. But did you see the latest?
Didn't see that.
Yeah. Well, there's another. The one stayed up, but they took down the Melania Trump freaking out over Jimmy Kimmel Iranian Lego song. Good. It's another banger. Guys out there, you can only find it on TikTok. I searched for it on YouTube. I searched for it on Twitter. TikTok was the only place I could find it. Does it have a name on it? It just says Melania Trump freaks out and threatens Kimmel over dinner joke. It's off Lego Buzz Zero. Yeah, it's called Melania Trump Freaks Out and Threatens. But holy shit, it's another great tune. And it talks about the hypocrisy of what Trump says and the joke Kimmel made. But God, I cannot love
and with the 86 thing, it's like, I would get a lot of this sort of outrage or whatever, man, if it was like, oh, Mitt Romney's your guy, John McCain's the guy. But anytime he tries to do shit like this, it's like, oh, they're inciting violence, this violent rhetoric on the left. And then they played like 17 clips in a row of him saying the exact same fucking thing that he is claiming is inciting violence. There was some other Republican, either congressman or politician, whatever. They had Todd Blanche on, you know, and they asked him like, "Hey man, this dude tweeted when Joe Biden was the president. He tweeted 8646. So are you going to investigate him too? Like, what do you? I mean, the problem with doing something this stupid is like, hey man, you're going to have guys on your side of the aisle who have done the exact same thing and or shit 1,000 times worse than that because it's a little ridiculous thing, you know?
Solar showed up late. She's going to have to watch the replay. Solar, wait until I repost it because the first 5 minutes is Jake's camera and audio shutting down. I went live early. I'm like, oh, I'll just hit live. Hey, everybody, we're getting tuned in. So when I download, I'm going to chop a few minutes off the front.
Yeah.
So if you just watch the replay, which YouTube posts immediately,
I promise the whole podcast isn't me trying to get my camera and mic working again.
Yeah, so next week we'll wait till it's working. But okay, yeah, future going forward, just ignore the Yeti, ignore the external camera. I hook these up to my computer, and then I turn the volume down on TikTok, and holy shit! We didn't get banned by TikTok. We made it through an entire episode without getting restricted to TikTok. We did it. We stayed together from front to end, from start to finish to TikTok. We take back most of the horrible things we said about you. Not all, just some. We take back a few of the horrible things we said about you over the previous
The right-wing owners of this company have done right by us this week.
Yes.
Even though they're probably on the Epstein list and diddling kids somewhere, the people that own TikTok.
I was waiting to see a restriction come up when you said that. All right. I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find me at nathantimmel.com. Later today, I'm going to drop a few more t-shirt designs on my store, that's t-shirts, sweatpants, hats, whatever I said something on accident and I got a comment like, dude, you should put that on a shirt. And I'm like, all right, why not? It's just, I was talking about my wife being embarrassed by me. And I said, I'm sorry, this is not a phase. It's my personality. He's like, it's not a phase. It's my personality. Yeah, put that on a shirt. I'm like, all right, I'll try it. I'll try and sell anything. But yeah, I'm going to drop a few more things. So go to nathantimmel.com. Jake can be found at Jake Vevra on all social media. That's his Instagram. That's his TikTok. That's his Facebook. And that's his YouTube, where you can find Unalived by Dog Pills. The word I saw a video on TikTok that was funny because I can't remember what it was about. All I remember is the person said, well, they died. They took their own life. They unalived themselves. I'm like, wait. You just said died and took their own life. And then after that, you switched to the unalived.
Now it's just becoming common vernacular. Like it's not just to get around the filters anymore.
And I fucking hate it. It's a word I hate. All right, we're out. Yeah. Thanks for tuning. Next week again, normal time. Let me double check. I think I'm on normal time for the next few weeks. Yeah, I'm good. We're on normal time now for a while. All right, bye everyone.
Go watch the Melania doc. It's not great, but it's way better than soccer.